Hello everybody, Willem Petzer here. Today we'll be talking about the EFF's Deputy President Floyd Shivambu. For our international viewers, the EFF is the party of Julius Malema, the person who was recently on trial for hate speech after saying things like "kill the Boer" and "I am not calling for the slaughter of white people, at least for now." Now the EFF is trying to portray themselves as the party for the poor, and as many of us already know, they have been involved in a very big VBS scandal. Now yesterday some allegations were made by investigative journalist Paulie van Wyk, of which the worst one of them was probably that 2.2 million rands were advanced to a company that belonged to Floyd Shivambu and his brother called Grand Azania. This money was obtained in a very fraudulent way, but we'll jump into that now. First, let's look at the things that were admitted by Brian Shivambu, Floyd's brother. He admitted that they have received a 4 million rand loan from VBS for this Grand Azania company. He also admitted that they did not service this loan. In other words, they did not pay back the money that they loaned from VBS Bank. And as we know, VBS Bank, which was proudly the first black-owned bank, black bank for black people, and VBS Bank went down under in bankruptcy. And now all of these things are coming out that VBS Bank were actually looted by black politicians who tried to create this image that they are fighting for the poor black people. So the bank went under bankrupt. Brian and Floyd Shivambu did not service this loan. None of this money has been paid back. So this was actually a free 4 million rands given to the Shivambu brothers for nothing. I will now go through a few of the tweets and allegations made by Paulie van Wyk. But first, if you're new to this channel, we analyze events in South Africa. So if you're interested in that and you haven't subscribed yet, do so. Now, Paulie van Wyk does this work for a publication called The Daily Maverick. For one, I can say that I don't think that either Paulie van Wyk or The Daily Maverick would put themselves on the line like this, publishing things like this, if they are not dead sure this has happened. I myself do have a lot of respect for The Daily Maverick because of a recent piece they did about me. While the piece was not friendly at all towards myself, it did contain some falsehoods. I immediately called them and pointed out the falsehoods in it, one of them being that I agree with some Russian philosopher who said some truly despicable things in his lifetime, which I never said I agreed with him, although I quoted him on a few issues on videos earlier, and another where they quoted Daniel Friedman of The Citizen that said that I published some racist memes. I corrected that I never endorsed this politician and that I never posted the memes that Daniel Friedman has accused me of, so if they can find proof of me posting those memes, please go ahead and say that. They immediately removed those two things and corrected that article about me and made the facts correct, which I have a lot of respect for this publication, because unlike other publications that has done some damaging pieces on me, at least the Daily Maverick took it down when I told them that this information was false. This is why I think that the information in the Daily Maverick article that we are going to talk about today should be very accurate. Let's jump into that. First, Paulie van Wyk tweets, VBS Grand Azania, a company inextricably linked to the brother Shivambu, benefited from a questionable 4 million rand VBS business loan before VBS was put under curatorship. It managed to advance 2.2 million towards the business, a wine bar and restaurant in Villa Katsi Street named Grand Azania. Then she goes on to say, VBS frontman Brian Shivambu did not qualify for a 4 million VBS loan, so he ceded, with help from the VBS managers, an investment account containing an allegedly fictitious 4 million rands to VBS against which he could borrow. If intent to fleece the bank was proven, this will amount to fraud. Can you believe it? At this wonderful bank that has been held up as the bastion of black entrepreneurship, where black nationalists can look after black poor people, a person makes up a fictitious 4 million rand investment account. In other words, he just creates an account. This account is worth 4 million rands, even though this account is actually worth nothing. He just sucked an account worth allegedly 4 million rands out of his thumb at VBS Bank, which he obviously had contacts at, and then he borrowed the money against this fictitious investment that doesn't exist. It is absolutely laughable that these things even happened. It's not just criminal, it's just absolutely mind-blowing how these things happen. Where in the world can one do something like this? Where in the world can one open a fictitious 4 million rand investment that doesn't exist? But in any case, let's go on to another tweet by Paulie in this thread. Brian Shivambu never serviced Maying pay down the loan, data shows. Brian also admitted to this transgression. These schemes, A, a fictitious deposit, and B, not servicing a loan, make Grand Azania loan a typical example of how business at VBS was conducted and why the bank imploded. In other words, taking a lot of money from a lot of very poor black people in this whole black nationalist scheme of showing the world that a black bank can go on and help black people, and then giving this money from the poor black people to the very rich black elites just like that, without any way of knowing this money can be paid back or anything, just giving it to them so that they can go ahead like Brian Shivambu has done and not pay back the money, pocket it and move out, move away, grab the money. That's how business has been conducted at this bank. Then Van Wyk goes on and tweets. In 2017, EFF DP, Deputy President, Floyd Shivambu approached several businessmen, including individuals whom he often scornfully referred to in public as the Stellenbosch Mafia, also known as the white monopoly capitalists, and all these people that the EFF had this conspiracy theory that these few white men control all of the money in South Africa. But in any case, the tweet goes on. Regarding personal business ventures that he set eyes on, one of these was Grand Azania, his own brand. He approached these so-called white monopoly capitalists for money to invest in his company. He wants to get him to bed with the people that he makes out to be the arch enemy of the EFF and of black people in this country. He who sees himself as a champion for these so-called oppressed black people, go ahead and wants to get into bed with the very people that he says is the enemy of the people that he represents. But it gets even funnier. Floyd Shivambu searched for a wine farmer in Stellenbosch who would allowed him to bottle their wine under his own brand, Grand Azania. Grand Azania received 6.16 million in illegal VBS loot. Now, I'm not sure where this 6.16 million comes from, but as I said, quoting Paulie van Wyk here, she shouldn't be wrong about this. But this just shows you the absolute hypocrisy of the EFF, pretending like they represent this poor black community in South Africa who is being oppressed by these evil white men who control the economy in South Africa. They start this bank, then they use this bastion of black entrepreneurship bank to steal money and loot money which was being deposited into this bank by the very poor black people that they wish to say they represent, basically stealing money from the poor. Then they take that money which they already stole from them and they try to get into bed with the very same men that they are demonizing in the public and telling these poor black people that they are poor and oppressed because these lot of evil white men are oppressing them. Then they go ahead and try to bottle their own brand of wine from a wine farm belonging to one of these so-called white monopoly capitalists, which they can then brand under their own name. No doubt, if this thing went through, they would have sold this wine as a black product to the very people down under, so that the people down under may think that they are supporting this black product, which is actually just a white person's wine that was branded under Floyd Shivambu's name. This is absolutely ridiculous just how fraudulent this guy is. Now, will this cost the EFF any votes, the fact that this information has gone out? Well, I can assure you the chances that it's going to happen is almost zero. The people who vote for them are just going to see Paulie van Wyk, the Daily Maverick and the media as the enemies of them and people who are trying to spread lies, false information and twist facts about their leaders. The EFF won't lose any support over this. The EFF will probably be the biggest growing party in this year's election. Still, and I'll put my money to that. It's just sad to see how people are being fooled out of their money and into politically supporting the very people who steal their money because of this whole conspiracy theory of white racism oppressing them. If you wish to receive updates from our channel, Paul Vader Media and I would invite you to join our WhatsApp initiative by sending your name and preferred language to +27 71 567 7162. Also, you guys have a great day. Remember to comment and like this video. Goodbye and God bless.